Hey, what's happening, everybody? Thanks for watching the Jeremy Dewitte Show on this very, very happy Metro State Monday. Today is September 3rd, 2024. It's a new day, a new month, almost a new season for the Jeremy Dewitte Show here. There has been a new document added to the docket on his federal tax fraud trial. Very interesting to me personally. And I'll be explaining why here in a second. It's a United States unopposed motion for protective order regarding discovery material. This is, of course, taking place in the federal courthouse in the Orlando district for the federal government. This is very interesting. Let's read through it. It says, the United States of America moves under Federal Rule of Criminal Procedure 16D for a protective order that limits the defendant's use and dissemination of information provided in discovery to that which is reasonably necessary to prepare for his defense. Counsel for the government has discussed this motion with counsel for the defendant, who has no objection to it. Defendant Jeremy Dewitte was indicted on March 27, 2024 on 2 counts of filing false tax returns in violation of U.S. Code Chapter 26, U.S. Code, Title 72061. Specifically, the indictment alleges that the defendant underreported his business's gross receipts on his 2017 and 2018 individual tax returns. Accordingly, the discovery material in this case contains financial information about the defendant's business, which includes documents with the names, social security numbers, addresses, and other personal identifying or sensitive information of third parties. Redacting this information from each document before producing it would consume a substantial amount of time. Now, everybody get ready, because this is the exciting part here. It says, moreover, based on events transpiring shortly before the indictment, the United States believes that there is a risk that the defendant or others with whom he is in concert may attempt to disseminate discovery materials as a means of gaining publicity or notoriety or views or clicks or likes. Does it say that? The events that give rise to this belief relate to the United States' attempt to serve Mr. Dewitte with a target letter. Service of the letter was made on February 8th, 2024. Later that month, at least 2 videos related to the target letter appeared on YouTube. The first appears to show IRS special agents in their attempt to serve the target letter on Mr. Dewitte. See this video. Okay, and that video was Jennifer's video on So I Dated a Police Impersonator. It's right over here. You can view it. It's up on her channel. You probably have already seen it. Back to the docket. It says a second video purports to show a copy of the target letter. See this video, last visited August 30th, 2024. And looky who they're referencing. They're referencing the Jeremy Dewitte News Show. Unbelievable. This video that I put out just a couple months ago. Unbelievable that I've been cited in the federal case against Jeremy Charles Dewitte. It says here a redacted screenshot from the second video appears below, and there it is. This is amazing. The PoliceTube show, the Jeremy Dewitte Show, is world famous internationally. If you recall, when Jeremy Dewitte was arrested by the SWAT team in 2022, the SWAT team members were standing outside Jeremy Dewitte's home, and they were talking about the PoliceTube show and how they had seen the inside of Jeremy Dewitte's house through PoliceTube. So firstly, I'd like to say that I'm honored. I'm so grateful to be part of this investigation and the docket here. It says, given the sensitive nature of the discovery materials and the risk that they will be disseminated, there is good cause for the court to impose protective measures. The protective order is the most reasonable way of balancing the defendant's needs for access to these materials with the rights of individuals whose information may be reflected in this discovery. The United States therefore requests an order providing that any discovery materials and all information, included in discovery materials, referenced to in this proposed order as discovery, regardless of whether such materials and information are defined as discovery under Rule 16 or have already been produced, that are provided by the United States to the defendant, shall not be further disseminated by the defendant or his counsel to any individuals, organizations, or other entities such as PoliceTube, other than members of the defense team, co-counsel, paralegals, investigators, litigation support, etc., or any experts or consultants retained to assist in the preparation of the defense. The government further requests an order stating that the defendant, his counsel, and any investigator may show, but not provide copies of any discovery to witnesses if it is determined that it is necessary to do so for the purpose of preparing the defense of the case. The government further requests that all discovery is to be provided and used by the defendant and his counsel solely for the purpose of allowing the defendant to prepare for his defense and not to make YouTube videos. And that the defense counsel or members of the defense team will not disseminate, disclose, or put these materials on YouTube or give them to PoliceTube unless it's necessary for the preparation of defense. And then it says, wherefore, the United States of America respectfully requests that the court issue the proposed protective order filed herewith in. And that's signed by David Zisaron, the Assistant Chief, U.S. Department of Justice Tax Division. It's good to meet you, David Zisaron. Very interesting thing there, certificate of service. What's this, another protective order for discovery material? Let's just scroll through here real quick and see what it says. Material without regard. Not a lot. It's basically just repeating what it says, it looks like. But it does say if defendant's counsel desires to disclose any discovery material or make available or communicate the contents of such discovery material to any other person not described in this order, then the defendant's counsel must notify the government's counsel of the intended disclosure and seek to reach an informal resolution of or agreement on the matter. So Jennifer is not going to be able to be getting information from Jeremy and disclosing it legally like she used to be doing. It does say this order solely governs the defendant's and defense team's use of discovery material in this action from the United States. This order does not limit the defendants and defense team's use of documents that they might already possess prior to receiving the discovery material or documents that they obtain through other means. And this order does not limit PoliceTube's use of any sort of document. I'm going to keep publishing everything, people, because this is the Jeremy Dewitte Show. And this goes on, and it's going to be signed by Embry J. Kidd, apparently. So how exciting is that? They actually put a picture of my video in Jeremy Dewitte's federal indictment, and there it is right there. Jeremy Dewitte and a copy of his target letter. Now I'm going to give you a little behind the scenes of how TV and movies work here, because you may be surprised that this is not actually a target letter that I published of Jeremy Dewitte's. Jennifer published the target letter that Jeremy Dewitte had received. And if you recall, over that target letter, she put a bunch of her logos and stuff. Obviously, I wanted to bring the news to the Jeremy Dewitte community. So what I did is had the letter retyped. So it looked exactly the same, but it had no logos over it. I also had a misspelling in it on accident, but then I published that letter to show the community that the IRS was now indicting Jeremy Dewitte and he's going to be taken to federal trial. So that's the screenshot that I used in my video called IRS versus Jeremy Dewitte, New Federal Investigation and Federal Grand Jury is Standing By, February of 2024. So although this screenshot purported to show the target letter that Jeremy Dewitte had received, I didn't get that from Jeremy Dewitte or his case or even from Jennifer directly. It was actually created ourselves as a prop here in the Jeremy Dewitte Show. And it's actually funny because some people on the internet noticed that I had accidentally put a misspelling in the letter. So they thought that this whole federal trial must be fake because they wouldn't have a misspelling in there instead of realizing what's actually going on. So that is that. What a happy Metro State Monday, PoliceTube loves being recognized by the SWAT team when they're arresting Jeremy Dewitte, and he loves being recognized by the federal government when they're prosecuting Jeremy Dewitte. And it's such an honor, I can say this on behalf of PoliceTube, since I'm his uncle, it's such an honor for him to be recognized at both the state and federal level as having access to these sensitive materials. So thank you very much. And you guys are part of this right here on the Jeremy Dewitte Show. Yeah, I love you guys. Lots of fans out there. Make sure that you like this video if you enjoy finding out what's going on with Jeremy Dewitte. And at the same time, make sure you subscribe and then comment down below and let me know how cool you think this is. And also let me know if you want me to make another Jeremy Dewitte video updating you guys on what's going on with everything. Comment that down below. Appreciate you guys watching this. We will be making more Jeremy Dewitte videos, so be standing by. And other than that, just make sure that you guys, as always, have yourself a great rest of your day. Bye-bye.